This is my review of the Epson XP-7100. Pros and cons. Let's start with the positive side first. So this printer is especially made for people that want to print pictures. If you're simply going to print text, this is not the printer that you need. So for the pictures, it has a bunch of options. If we check the input tray over here, we'll be able to input regular size paper, okay, US letter size, up to legal size, because this drawer is able to extend like that. But if you want to print on smaller 4x6, even smaller, or even DVDs and CDs, you will be able to do so because it has a second paper input tray right over here. And this is for the smaller formats like envelopes, and it says over here 3.5 by 5, 4 by 6, 5 by 7, and this is quite unique. There's also another paper input in the back for other size of paper. And if you want to print on CD and DVDs, well, they give you this adapter where you need to place your CD and fit it inside. So if you want to print on different formats, this printer has them all. On the front of the printer, another nice thing to find is that it has a USB port over here if you want to connect one of these USB drives, and an SD card slot. So if you want to put your camera SD card directly in the printer and print the results, you will be able to do it without using a computer. You can also scan documents and get them transferred in one of these external devices. Another positive point is that this printer has over here an Ethernet port. So if you want to connect a cable from your router, your internet router, to your printer and not use the Wi-Fi, well, it's possible. You also have right over here a USB port if you prefer connecting your printer to your computer directly using a USB cable. These cables are not included in the box, but it's great to have the option on the back of the printer. Another positive side is the massive touchscreen. It does not have any buttons apart the power button, but this touchscreen is very quick to react. As you see, it's almost like a smartphone. So if I go in a menu, I want to scroll down, up, select something, everything is done quickly. Setting up this printer with my smartphone took around 4 to 5 minutes, which is not bad at all. You'll have to download the Epson iPrint app, and from there you'll be able to print and scan. Another positive side is that this printer has two different scanners, a basic scanner over here and a top document feeder on the top that is able to scan both sides of the paper, up to 30 pages at the same time. This is great, especially since it's not a very large printer and the scanner doesn't take much space. Now let's check the print quality. I have printed on plain US letter size paper to give you an idea, but obviously most people will print on glossy and other formats. You can see that the color accuracy is quite great on this printer, and details wise, well, it has enough DPI to create all these to print all these fine details. I have even printed a artwork over here in black and white, but with a lot of tiny details, and I wasn't deceived at all. If you're buying this printer to print pictures, I think it's an amazing choice. Again, on this one, you can see that even in the shadows, the color is still there, very accurate. There's no weird noise going on, pixelation, nothing of this kind. This printer has been made to print pictures, and I think it delivers. I'm not showing you any text document of this kind because obviously if it's able to print this kind of nice artwork and pictures, it will print your text great as well. But now you're probably wondering, what is the downside of owning one of these? What are the negative points? Well, I want to talk about two of them. The first one is that the ink replacement is quite pricey. So the ink cartridges are located over here. Whoops, not here. Let me lift like that. Okay, these are the ink cartridges. And if you're looking to replace them, it will cost you $90. This takes the Epson 410. This is the 410 XL, and the XL version cost $90. They're saying that it will be able to print around 500 prints with those, but you need to be very careful. You cannot print 500 pictures like this one, obviously. What they mean by that is 500 text page with a bit of color. This is how they calculate the results. Many people, if I check other reviews, are complaining that the printer is draining these ink cartridges quite fast. So if you're printing full page pictures, well, expect to be able to print around 150 of them before running out of ink, or even less than this, which means that it's very expensive when time comes to replace these. If you're gonna print often and you want to buy an Epson printer, check out the Epson EcoTank lineup. These will be able to print for about 1 cent a copy, or maybe 2 cents if you're printing large color pictures. Another downside is the mechanism over here. It's very hard to describe. Let me just show you. So this is motorized, this panel over here. You can lift it with your fingers and lower it, but as you see, I don't know if you can hear, but there are some gears that are making this sound. Every time you want to print, the print output tray is not present over here. It will be going out automatically out of the printer. Let me send a print so you see what I mean by this. All right, so now it's receiving the print. I'm not touching anything. It will deploy this tray, will put the control panel up. Now, there's nothing wrong with this tray deploying. It's just a bit weird. I've never seen this on any other printer. It's just that now when I take my result, well, the tray stays there, and every time I want to push it inside, I feel like I'm forcing the motor. I know it's hard to describe again, just hear me out. All right, once you push it, the motor takes it back, but yeah, I'm afraid of breaking something. There's no manual, there's no, nothing is telling you that you need to push it back. And now if you want to get the paper input tray, there's 2 of them, as I showed you. Well, you have to glide your finger over here, and it's hard to get it out. I need to put this screen up manually and then push it out, take it out. Now there's also a button on the main menu screen over here saying output tray, and if you click on it, the screen will go up and then go down. I don't know if it's made so I have time to put my fingers over here and pulling this tray before the panel goes down, but the whole situation, I think it's overcomplicated. Most printer, you can just grab a small handle here, put your paper, close it down. But on this printer, you have one additional step, and since it's motorized, I'm afraid that in the future this will break down, and then what do you do? If they wanted to make one of these automatic system with the tray deploying when it's time to print, I wish it was able to retract itself once you have removed your paper. This would make more sense, but yeah, they didn't do this. They did a half job. Anyway, do I recommend this printer? As I said in the beginning of this video, if you're not planning to buy this printer to print mostly pictures, don't get it. Get a cheaper printer that will do a similar job at printing text files. If you're getting this printer because you're serious about printing pictures, well, yes, the results are speaking by themselves. It's great at doing this. You even have a pretty performant scanner. This printer, I didn't talk about that, but prints quite quickly as well. You'll be satisfied. Check my Amazon links in the description down below if you want to get it from Amazon or any other printers. I'll put links towards other models. Every time you go through my links, I get a small commission, and this helps my channel. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment if I forgot something. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.